Peace, love, wholeness, family. Welcome back to the channel. If you're seeing this, that means this message is for you. So go ahead and receive it as it resonates. If it don't, just let it fly and keep it pushing, y'all. Let's get a moon message for y'all. Let's see what's going on, what needs to be illuminated at this time for my divine love chosen. All of my divine love chosen, come on in, welcome. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Join the family. I hope y'all are doing well, taking care of yourselves. I may cuss, I may cry, speaking first and second person. So if any of that bothers you, just go ahead and keep it pushing, y'all. That means it's not for you, and that's okay. Any hating ass karmic energies determines who being in that energy, projecting it towards me, my family, and our foundation, and my divine love chosen. You will reap exactly what you project and sow into our energy. You will receive the karma that you deserve. What needs to be illuminated at this time? Ooh, already. These two is coming out together. We got liberation and surrender. Okay. 37 and 44 could be significant. I feel like Spirit is guiding somebody in your energy. Through surrender will come their liberation, or a phase of liberation in their life, or an energy of liberation, not a phase, an energy. We got self-sabotaging energy coming out again. This came out in the first reading. Listen, I don't know if y'all can see that, but... And then we got resistance. Okay, there could be some bit of resistance. Okay, there could be... I'm picking up on somebody in your energy who could be confused about their inner rage. We got shame, self-forgiveness, and rage at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you could trigger somebody into, or you could illuminate somebody's anger or rage, or your own personal anger and rage could trigger somebody, not in a sense of like personally, but in a sense of like the ways in which that they perceive you because of your rage or your anger, which could trigger within them the ways in which that they've been suppressing their own righteous anger or their own inner rage as well. There could be some sort of confusion when it comes to your authentic expression and the ways you express yourself and how people perceive you because of how you express yourself, how you show up and express yourself and channel, be an open vessel of, authenticity, full range of your emotions. And then right under those three, we got courage here, you know, having the courage to see beyond the mask or take off the mask and recognize the fearless love in the energy. Okay. But we're gonna clarify because this, I feel like somebody could be resisting surrendering, right? The ways in which, you know, spirit is calling them to, or somebody could feel like called to surrender to your energy, but they don't know how, right? Um, let's let's see, spirit. But at the same time, there's a deep level of gratitude, understanding. In the energy for you, for your energy, for y'all's alignment. Clarify. Clarify this energy. What needs to be illuminated? Okay, that's a lot, spirits. Slow it down. Slow it down. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm picking up on a few different energies, to be real. I'm picking up on a few different energies. I'm picking up on somebody in your energy who could be resistant towards surrendering. Um, because, you know, they're cautious, right? They're trying to get to know you. They're trying to feel your energy out. They're trying to collect, you know, evidence on you, essentially. Trying to figure out who you are collaborating with or in alignment with or aligning to. I'm picking up on somebody in the energy. I'm picking up on a Libra placement in the energy overwhelmed because they could be working real hard to try to sabotage your relationships, or your relationships trying to rob you of being liberated and surrendering to your divine love. Okay, but they feel overwhelmed because it's not working. That's one energy that I'm picking up on, and they're trying to get they're trying to get evidence on who you are collaborating with and working with. Then I'm also picking up an energy of somebody could feel overwhelmed with, like, a whole different energy could feel overwhelmed with their perspective of always trying to do the, you know, always trying to be in this righteous energy or all love and light energy. Um, Again, like I said before I had pulled these cards, an energy of somebody resisting their righteous anger or righteous rage. Um, in the sense of like not even having a outlet to express that rage or um, anger. And then I had these two cards were sticking out of the deck, so I had pulled. Then somebody could feel stressed out about, this self-love energy. Um, they could have some sort of concern about the ways in which that you show up for yourself. Okay. And this is very specific. This is a specific message. If they are, if this person is watching this, they know who they are. Okay. Because you received the message that they, was sending your way. But there is a need to hold grace for other people, right? Try to find deeper understanding for other people. 1111, as I say that. Okay. So your manifestations are, you are in the midst of your manifestations, essentially. But somebody could be confused about you, right? And they could be feeling a little bit stressed out about the intensity of your intensity, or the potency of your energy. But Spirit is calling you, Divine Love Chosen, to find grace and understanding, because your circumstances is not going to look like the next person's circumstances. It's easy to love on yourself a lot deeper when you have genuine support from your family members, genuine support from from your children's daddy. It's easy to treat yourself and love up yourself more when you are experiencing certain circumstances. So Spirit just wants you to take a step back and hold grace for who is on your mind. Okay, this is a specific message I'm picking up. The next person might not be able to, at a specific point in time, the next person might not be able to have an abundance of fresh water to indulge in. You never know the next person's circumstances. Okay? Even though I am in gratitude for the message received, because it resonates, to stay focused on loving up myself, right? But for us single mamas with no support at all from immediate family, and no genuine support from in those circumstances, any second to herself, she's resting or having to. So where I am in the here and now, I am proud of myself where I am in the here and now. Yeah, I may be a little bit rough, okay? But that's just because of where I come from, my circumstances, how I was raised. I may be a little bit of a tough lover, a little bit of a rough lover, but that's just how I was raised, right? And I can only be where I am in the here and now. Doing the best that I can in the here and now. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Um, the next person's self love isn't going to look like the next person's self love, right? You can only meet somebody where they are at. Just period. You can't expect somebody to reach a certain level that you feel like um, fits your reality or your expectations in order to, how do I say it? Just for an example, right? For my vegan eaters, um, if you love somebody, you're going to love them for where they are in the here and now. Okay? Say if you're making a meal, right? Say if you align with somebody that you recognize a deep, you know, divine love, right? Doesn't, it could be platonic, it can be soul family, it can be romantic, whatever the case may be. You can only love them where they are in the here and now. You can inspire them to try new things, and you can inspire them to filling themselves up with new things, but at the same time, if the person that you love wants a piece of chicken, you're gonna give them a piece of chicken. Okay. Without taking it personal and feeling like, or feeling offended, or feeling some type of way because their lifestyle is different than yours. Okay. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. Let's clarify with the tarot. Yeah. Somebody could also be in the energy of like concern, feeling like if they surrender to you, feeling like, how do I say it? Right now, Spirit is saying to me, give without expectation. Right? To give without expectation and without also feeling robbed. Okay? When I take care of the kids around me, even though I barely have it myself, you're giving without expectation, without feeling robbed. Because when the time comes around, when that circle comes back around, you will be abundant. Right? When that time comes back around, you will be abundant again. Right? for an example, um, the kids playing outside, okay? They want water. They want to drink some water, okay? Towards the end of the month, you're running out of water, right? You can't just give as freely as you can when you have a plethora and abundance of water, right? You can't just drink 8 bottles of water a day towards the end of the month because you're running out and you got to make that water stretch, or else you're going to be having to drink tap water, and that's not what we doing. Okay? So, yeah, holding grace, finding deeper understanding. Because the divine love chosen love herself. Okay? Love themselves. Okay? I love myself. And I can only do with what I got in my current circumstances, in my current situation. Just period. Struggling, surviving. Even if it doesn't meet the standard, right? Even if it doesn't fill out all the boxes of you know, this modern day what you call it, you know, self-love image all over the media. Even if it doesn't check all the boxes, oh, this is what you gotta have a set routine, you gotta be doing this, you gotta be doing that, you gotta be, you know, right, in alignment with that pressure. Too, as I say that. It's about having a deep inner acceptance of yourself, knowing who you are, loving yourself where you are, how you are, holding grace for yourself. But somebody could be in their head because they really don't know about the Empress that they are feeling guided to or receiving a lot of spiritual messages about. They really don't know much about you, much about me. And they want to know more. But from a perspective of ego and, you know, why ain't she posting all the time? Why ain't she you know, giving more? Why isn't she doing more with her platforms? Why isn't she, you know, why, you know, no. I move how I move, how I'm called to move by the Divine Most High, how I am called to move by the Divine Most High. And that's where people find a conflict. That's where people have the conflict, right, that you have aligned with. Because what you are manifesting, Divine Love Chosen, is what's genuine, what's real, not what's rooted in ego and not what's rooted in these social medias and these, you know, these pressures and these algorithms and these, you know, having a capitalistic mindset. You're rooted in this energy of being true to your purpose and being true to what you love and doing what you love in the most real, genuine way. Without forcing anybody to hold up their end of the spiritual alignment or spiritual connection of what it means to come into alignment with your energy. They have to do that. They have to want that for themselves. They have to have that deeper understanding and honor the sacred relationship themselves. Because I'm doing my part. I'm showing up the ways in which I feel called to show up. And the only thing in the here and now that, the only thing people can do, well, it really just depends, right? Because also the divine love chosen doesn't just jump to any and every opportunity presented. It has to be rooted in genuine love. And anything that hasn't been rooted in genuine love, there has been conflict between spirit and those false opportunities. Divine love chosen ain't looking for an opportunity. This is my business. I am my business, and I'm showing up. So if you feel called to support me and the divine love chosen, any donation is welcome. Because I'm going to make those investments into my business the ways in which that I feel called to do so. Not to, not needing to be micromanaged or capitalized, or how do you say, even if, how do I say it? It's not capitalized. It's exploited. Not needing to be exploited. Because at the end of the day, I'm meant to reach who I'm meant to reach, and I'm okay with that. I accept that in my future. Divine love chosen, you accept that in your future. You're meant to reach who you're meant to reach, and you are okay with your pace and with your footing, with your turtle pace. It's deeper than the propaganda. It's deeper than capitalizing. But I am in my purpose, right? Divine love chosen, you are in your purpose. Why don't you do more now? If I could, I would. If I had the finances, I would. But these systems want to hold these curses over our heads, want to hold these curses over our head tops and breadcrumb us. And want me to sacrifice my purpose, my integrity, my soul. For what? To be in a rush for ego? To be in a rush for what? For ego? No, baby, I'm here. I'm right here. I am here and now. I am right here. Okay? Open to opportunities that do come my way, but also discerning. Learning my lessons and growing through whatever comes my way. I don't need to fold to the pressures and accept what my soul can't accept, and accept what my soul doesn't accept. It's so accept the illusions over my life and myself that my soul won't allow me to accept, just so I can uh uh just so I can, what you call it, climb the ladder of hierarchy in these propagandas and through these illusions. Especially, coming from the circumstances and the karmic circumstances that I do come from. Not having any genuine support around me from my family that I come from, I should say. Because healing through those traumas, you're in this space right now, Divine Love Chosen, where Spirit is showing you, right, that you are supported by Mother Nature. Regardless, that's why you can move in this carefree energy, because you have full faith that you are supported by Mother Nature. Even when you receive blessings from people who aren't there for your highest and greatest good, you see it for what it is and you keep it pushing in gratitude. But you can only nourish in your life what is genuine. You can only hold on to in your life what is genuine. You can only maintain in your life what is genuine. Who is genuine? Who is sent from God? Who is sent by the Divine Most High? Who is sent by Mother Nature for your highest good? And the people who have been watching you, who got too much pride and got too much ego to surrender, to feel your divine blessings, to embrace you and accept your divine blessings and receive the divine abundance by supporting you. Those who are very resistant and deciding to self-sabotage because they want to be against you so bad for no reason, hella unprovoked, but for their ego. That don't got nothing to do with you person. That don't got nothing to do with you. That got everything to do with them. That's between them and their ego. They got to answer to the Most High. Just period. And those that can surrender, can appreciate your gifts instead of taking advantage of your gifts. You don't, how do I say it? Your intentions is pure, so you're going to continue to show up as you feel called to show up, because you know and understand the ways in which you are blessed in doing so. You honor and value your sacred gifts. regardless if, you know, the people that you've aligned with, you know, struggling with their ego, they feel like they can't make an investment with you, they feel like they can't acknowledge the ways in which you have helped heal them, they can't acknowledge. So what? They are sabotaging themselves out of receiving your divine blessings by honoring the sacred alignment because of who you are. And you've learned that there are people out there very much so in their purpose, very much so on assignment, very much so in alignment, very much so in the energy of uh, honoring their spirit, healing, finding understanding, and growing with you. Accepting your blessings by embracing you. Now, you know, for those people in the past who have aligned with you, the only thing and betrayed you, and you know, was going hard trying to betray you, or going hard trying to, you know, you know, and take your place. Okay, the only thing they can do to shift their destiny and spirit being on their necks is to send them peace offerings. They can send them peace offerings right to my Cash App. That's the only thing they can do for me and show up for me. That's the only way that they can show up for me. Now, for my divine love chosen, y'all, you know, y'all can only have faith and meet me where I am in the here and now. And take heed to show up how you feel called to show up for me, if that's what you are concerned about. But there's only so much I can do with where I am in my current circumstances to want more from me or expect more from me. But this is my business. The divine love chosen is my business. That was a full-on channel message, like gratitude. I'm gonna end this reading out soon. Now for my divine lover, that's different. Okay, that's different. That's a whole different energy, a whole different story. Okay, but for my divine family, my divine love chosen, what I really need is divine support. For my divine lover, it's that togetherness. Okay, but we're not even gonna tap into the divine lover energy. Okay, because that's not that, I'm not picking up on that energy in this reading. Not much of that, and I'm not picking up on much of that energy in this reading. I feel like this is more so for Divine Love family. Divine Love chosen family. That feel a strong call to be here. If you feel called to, you know, I'm not forcing anybody's hand, but if you feel called to be in my life, you can only meet me where I am. There's only so much I can do to meet you where you at. Cause I don't play by hierarchy. And I don't fold to propagandas or pressures. But I hope that helps, Divine Love Chosen. I hope it resonates. If it do, be sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to my channel for if it resonates. If you feel called to donate to my business, my Cash App is in the description below. If you need a one-on-one reading, my email is in the description below as well. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.